And we are live. You are kicking it with your boy Stoddy. As always, man, I want to thank everybody out there that's been listening to me, rocking with me, listening to my podcast, subscribing to my YouTube channel. Yeah, all that. We appreciate y'all. This is your favorite ones. This is a little scrolly one. We know we're gonna be talking about Dawn as well because she's the topic of discussion in these YouTube streets. So let's get straight into it, everybody. Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew
you playing games. You're playing games.
I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. His apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over $3,000. Yep. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like,
I
no,
mean,
I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? You guys, for the past 3
listen. Let me go ahead and bring it back up here for me, but something about this don't sound right, y'all. If you've been following Dawn and following her a little bit, like I remember seeing her on R&B Divas and stuff like that, she's good at playing the victim. All right, listen, she's good at playing the victim. She lacks accountability. Just here, somebody was playing 3Gs and weekly for your hotel, and you sitting here waiting around. I feel like she's always been like this. When she told the story about Raphael Sadiq, y'all remember when she was talking about when she told the story about why they broke up, the Lucy Pearl group broke up. Let me see, I might be able to find it on YouTube. But she was talking about Lucy Pearl and all that, and she was sounding like she was blaming Raphael. You hear me? Like I'm telling you, I think something is wrong with Dawn Robinson. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You hear me? Um, something's not clicking the way and even on her, she was too busy following behind Kelly Price. She was too busy following behind Kelly Price. But I'm going to go ahead and play this video too, though, because I want to, I don't want nobody thinking I'm just bashing her. But her song sounds the same, and I'm not talking about the "Don't Let Go." She needs to fucking let go. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and so we can watch this video together, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button because this is what we do. I wanted to talk about dying, and let me get this straight. I have definitely been homeless. I've lived outside. I know what the fuck. I've been there. Let's go. Just for the record.
I knew I was underwater.
But I don't know. It's something about Dawn Robinson and her lack of accountability. And y'all can get mad at me all y'all want. You feel me? But lack of accountability is an issue with anybody. You hear me? You got to take accountability. When you're a grown ass motherfucking person, your mama open up her doors for you. You hear me? That alone. But let's.
Raphael Sadiq and you guys made Lucy Pearl. But in between that time, what were you doing before you got onto that next project after you left the group?
I was meeting with a lot of different labels. So I had met with Virgin Records. I had met with RCA. I met with different, like even independent labels that were kind of doing big things at the time. So they call them indie major indies. I met with a few labels back then, and I was also in the studio just working locally with guys. So I didn't have a budget, but I was going in the studio. So I recorded a song called Healing. I was going to say, I don't know why, that was on my solo album. There's a lot of music that I recorded with local people in Oakland, local producers in Oakland. And that was the whole thing. I was just recording music, writing songs, just kind of staying in the woodshed, as they say.
So, of course, you had a solo album called Dawn, the single.
Your company directly, or you can't go to your manager directly. You have to have, or your producers directly. You have to have someone stand up for you, and that's what a union does for the people. I don't care what job it is. If it's a corporation, there's a union that stands for the people to get them better wages, to take care of them when they have sick leave, or what do you call it? When you're hurt on I missed the companionship. I missed the camaraderie between us and having fun and laughing with them. But I had background singers. I had people around me, so it was cool. But yeah, in the interim, I was writing quite a bit. I have about 5 albums worth of material.
Man, Dawn, shut up. I'm trying to see if I can skip to the Lucy Pearl part, y'all.
Mills, who probably she was one of very few Black women in the industry with a powerful position. And she was like, I want to manage you. And I was like, okay, cool. And told him, well, I have some things on the table for Dawn, and we've been meeting with people and RCA and Virgin. So no, Dawn's not going to do this deal. I was like, what? So when he contacted me, I fired her immediately. I fired her immediately. I'm like, you're not going to talk for me. You don't even tell me that the opportunity is there. Let me.
This video is 18 minutes long, y'all, and I'm trying to skip to the part.
So I fucked myself up. I'm the first.
You always fuck yourself up.
Say I admit that. I really did not. I didn't do my diligence, as they say, due diligence. I didn't do that.
What was in that contract that you're saying that, like, you like F just? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, when we, I was just like, oh my God. I kept looking at the girls like, and they were like, oh, Dawn, because I couldn't hear them. Don't mess with my man. I couldn't hear them, and I couldn't hear the drummer. I couldn't hear the no, I didn't at all. No, well, he didn't have a lot of money to give me, remember? My house during that whole thing started, it was only supposed to be a one-off. Oh my God, I had a microphone and I was like, you guys, oh my God. They were like, we love you, we love Lucy Pearl.
When I tell you Dawn just be talking shit.
Oh my goodness. I had to pop my collar a little bit too, because it was like, yeah, y'all singing background for me. This is Lucy Pearl's world right here. Okay? Yes, it was amazing. It was amazing. So I always wonder, like, what would have happened if Lucy Pearl would have gotten its feet? Because when we got started, it was only supposed to be a one-off. It was always supposed to be just one album, one album, nothing more. So I always wondered, what would have happened had we stayed together?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We were just getting started. Yeah, we were just getting started, and it was over before we knew it. So Raphael was not nice. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't do it anymore. I wasn't going to hang anymore because I lost my house during that whole thing. He told me, I don't have a lot of money to give you up front, but whatever you need, I got your back. I can figure it out.
Have you noticed?
Excuse me. And I was like, okay. And I turned down RCA to do that groups.
It's always somebody giving her some money. Somebody's supposed to be giving her some money.
So it's like, wow, Raphael, you didn't have my back, dude.
Yeah, so the Lucy Pearl thing is interesting, bro. The Lucy Pearl thing is interesting. This video didn't do no justice like I wanted it to. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Definitely not. But yeah.
The money you're supposed to be getting from your contract, or what happened?
No, I didn't at all. No, well, he didn't have a lot of money to give me, remember? And by the time we started selling our record, I barely get, again, I admitted that I did not look at the terms of the deal. So
right, there you go again. Take some accountability, Dawn, please.
I barely get royalties from any of that stuff because I didn't say, no, I want more. I want a higher percentage, or I want a higher point on the album. You know what I mean? I didn't do that. So whatever I was getting is probably less than 2 pennies a record, less than Envogue's. Yeah, it was bad. But Raphael regrets it because that was the biggest shit he had ever been a part of. It was just getting started. It was on his label. You would think that he would want it to succeed because it was on his label. I was signed to Raphael Sadiq. I wasn't signed to a major, like Envogue had, you know, Denny and Tommy, Envogue, Denny and Tommy, Sylvia Roan, Atlantic Records. We had a go-between. There was no go-between me and Raphael. I was signed directly to him. And we were signed as Lucy Pearl to Left Bank Management, or Left Bank, whatever the label was for Left Bank, because they had a management division and then they had their record company division. Yeah. So I'm here. I'm in the trenches. I'm showing and proving who the fuck I am. I got your back, Raphael. You don't have mine.
And when did you notice that, like, I mean, his personality changing? Because I'm pretty sure in the beginning everything was fine, but when did things start to go south?
At first, you know, he had to get used to having a girl in the group, and he would visibly say things like, what the fuck? Like, I'm standing right here. A guy named Lee Bailey, we were here in Vegas at Sprite Night, and we were doing the Billboard Awards, and you have a bunch of tables throughout this big, huge, it's like a convention center or a convention room. And not even a room, it's massive. And you got tables, each table has its own radio station. So you might do Stockholm, you'll do Germany, you'll do Chicago, you'll do New York, you're gonna do Cincinnati and Ireland, over all these different tables. Wherever you go, you have to do interviews for each of these countries and cities around the world. And we were waiting for our next interview and was standing up against the wall. And Raphael's like, I'm sorry, this guy named Lee Bailey comes over and comes walking over. And he's smiling before he even gets to us. And he has a hat because he always wore a hat and glasses. And he approaches us and he pulls out a little dictaphone tape recorder out of his pocket. And he steps in between. Raphael was on my left and Ali was on my right. And he stepped in between us. And Raphael was like, what the fuck? Don't you see I'm standing here? Shit, or damn, or something like that. And he walked away. And I looked at Ali and I said, we are done. We're done. Because people like that walk back and they tell other people, wow, Lucy Pearl's awfully like nasty. Your reputation gets around. Just because he said that to him doesn't mean it's just about Raphael. He could have said, Lee Bailey could have said, Lucy Pearl is very rude. All of Lucy Pearl. That means that me, Ali, and Raphael were going to be seen in a certain way just because of Raphael's attitude.
Raphael is still successful right now.
And Lee Bailey didn't pay him any money. He's like, well, everybody wants to stand next to Dawn, you know, and he just kept going with his interview. And I was like, thank God, because your reputation is all you have in this business. That's it. You know, you can't go back and make it different. You can't start from 21 years old and build your reputation. And he sat up and he said, excuse me, but, you know, aren't you going to talk to me and Ali? Like, we've done stuff too. And Ali, I was sitting in the middle. Ali was sitting on my right. Again, we're in the same position we were when Lee Bailey approached us. So Raphael sat up and he said, excuse me, you got to ask us questions too, because me and Ali have done some things in our career too. Like, we're here. What the fuck? And she said, yes, I will, but Dawn has done a lot more. No, yes. She said, yes, but Dawn has done a lot more. And I was like, ooh. Ooh.
See, Dawn was arrogant. I don't care what y'all say. Like I said, this was not the best video, but I'm seeing straight through the bullshit with her. Yeah, Raphael was this motherfucker and he didn't like it or nothing like that. And he had a bad attitude. But, you know, they really came to see me looking at us.
Damn. You know, because I felt weird after that. I was like, okay, I got to play small. Because Raphael's obviously jealous of me. And it was just stupid. Like, I showed him an article of Gwen.
I think, you know, sometimes these people be thinking, like, you living in a world where you the only one thinking these things. Bitch, ain't nobody hating off of you. Raphael Sadiq, I don't even know know Raphael Sadiq like that, but I know he's still making good music, right? And it looks like he's managing his money a little bit better, because there's no way you should be in a platinum selling group and not having no money like that. Just fuck Lucy Pearl. Bitch, you was in a platinum selling group before Lucy Pearl even existed. Don't do that.
Gwen Stefani and I forgot where we were, but Gwen Stefani and No Doubt had the same problem with Gwen Stefani, because they started out as a garage band in Orange County, California. And here it is, all of a sudden, everybody wants to talk to just Gwen. And she's like, yeah, but when I get out there, it brings light to the whole group. So let's make this fucking money and stop being jealous bitches. Like, really, stop. You know what I mean? I'm no better than you guys, but if they want to only talk to me because it's Vogue magazine, hello, that brings it shines the whole light. When I shine, you guys shine. So stop being jealous.
Yeah, I know y'all can feel this arrogancy. And she look like she in her mama's house right now.
Let's make these millions.
Very, very interesting. Y'all can watch the whole video of that one. Hopefully the whole video don't get taken down because I wasn't expecting it to be that long. And I'm going to keep on moving. Apparently a lot of other people has been speaking out against the Dawn thing. You hear me? So I'm gonna go ahead and share my video, share my screen for that as well. Let me see where we at, because I think it was her husband or ex-husband. Yeah, let's go. Her said Dawn Robinson's ex-husband offers her a job after revealing she's been living in the car for 3 years. His name was Andre Allen, and he's offering her a job in the hospitality industry after revealing that she's been in this car for 3 years. Andre, who was married to Dawn from 2003 to 2012, he told TMZ that he doesn't want to see her crash out and think that she'd be a perfect inclusion into the Hilton brand. You feel me? I guess he's a Grammy Award-winning artist, claims he's loaned dozens of notable music industry friends money and seen dozens of others die in poverty, which he doesn't want to happen to his ex-wife. The hospitality professional feels Dawn can use her charisma and personality to make real money in the hospitality field by influencing people with sales, because entertaining isn't going to pay her what she's worth. In addition, he believes that the industry and her ego, I'm glad that he said and her ego, have allowed her to be disillusioned. Reports add Andre mentioned the offer to Dawn previously before she came homeless. Right. It looks like Dawn wants somebody to bail her out, right? And I feel like she's just like we've seen in the other video. She does have an ego problem. She does have an ego problem. I can tell. She thinks that she's big like that, just like when she was on R&B Divas, right? But Jermaine Dupri has spoke out too, and there's a lot of other shit going on. But Jermaine Dupri spoke out. Let's go.
To be in the car. I saw somebody send a message and say, Jermaine, Monica, all of y'all, can y'all put some money together to help Dawn out? From my understanding, for her to speak on it the way she spoke on it, she was basically saying that she saw other people living in their vans, living in RVs, and she welcomed the idea of doing this. Somebody said her choice or limited options. It was her choice to be in the car. I saw somebody send a message and say, Jermaine, Monica, all of y'all, can y'all put some money together to help Dawn out? From my understanding, for her to speak on it the way she spoke on it, she was basically having an assistant is not something that you should even think about if you don't have no money, right? And I'm bringing this up because Dawn, when she was telling the story in her car today about her living in her car for the last 3 years, she said, I was telling my assistant. And when she said that, I said, oh, wait a minute.
You got money for it. Bitch, and you
wait a minute. It changed my whole vibe of what I was watching, because ain't no goddamn way she got an assistant. And she ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. Yeah, Mr. Watson, when you ain't got no money and you out here just
you ain't got no money,
you gotta do, you do by yourself.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You moving around by yourself. Ain't nobody getting ready to sit up under you and just kick it for nothing.
No,
you know what I mean? So
come on,
I mean, it might be some people that will stick there for a little bit, but 3 years having an assistant is not something that you should even think of. She said she been in her car for 3 years. Ain't no 3 years of an assistant staying around. They ain't getting no money. If you ain't got no money, how they gonna help you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money to pay them. Yeah. It don't even make sense, right? It don't make sense. So I'm just trying to make sure everybody pays attention to the whole scope of this story.
Absolutely.
Because that's what I heard, and that made me think, wait a minute. She got an assistant. I don't know if she broke. She might not have all the money that she want in the world, but she definitely is not broke saying she got an assistant. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, with a straight face.
She said she been in her car for 3 years. Ain't no 3 years of an assistant.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God.
I said it. Man, what is she on? Let's go to the comments. Somebody said, y'all heard homeless, but Jermaine Dupri heard I'm a nomad. Somebody said, nah, being homeless with an assistant is nasty work. His point is valid. Let her live in her choice. Y'all got to listen to comprehend. She definitely said it was her choice. Jermaine, you are help. Somebody said, Jermaine, are you helping or not? Just reach out to see if she needs help, not make a video for us. They said she literally said this was 100% her choice and that she is happy. She never once in that video asked for help. She is documenting. I believe that she do be asking for help, though. I believe that I think people offer to help and she don't like the stipulations in the rules and regulations that come with it. Maybe she don't know how to pay back. Everybody mad at her. Everybody mad at her. You hear me? Everybody mad. I mean, everybody mad at Jermaine Dupri. They say Jermaine is the type of friend to give you a speech and still not help you. If she can't apply and move in on your own, what they say, if she can't apply and move in on her own, she clearly needs guidance of some sort. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that you moved out your mama house is interesting. You hear me? All of this shit is interesting. So yeah, we gonna pray for Dawn, but I do know that Dawn has a lack of accountability issues, y'all. Straight up. And this is not hating on her. We definitely gonna pray for her. But I feel like when I didn't even hear her say it was her choice. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But a lot of these things is her choice. She makes bad decisions, right? These is her choice, but she just makes bad decisions. And I don't think that she know how to manage her money. Because it's like you said, ain't no way you broke and you still paying the assistant. And then in the video, you said you got a manager giving you that was paying for your hotel every week. I used to work at the hotel. Depending on the hotel, that shit could literally, the Motel 6 is about 500. So we know that you ain't, we know that you in Voguing, right? You ain't about to be at the Motel 6. You probably gonna be staying someplace nice, right? So why ain't Dawn making no money though? Somebody should be asked, like, why can't you like book a little show right quick and make some money? Shit, even Latasha Scott can make some money, and she got kicked the fuck up out of her group, but she still booked. Like, I don't understand. The talent should speak for itself. But when I see on R&B Divas, she really wasn't talented like that no more. It seemed like the voice had gone and she was just trying to ride the coattail of other people that was actually doing it. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If this video ain't for you, that's for you. No problem. But I feel like she's a ride the coattail person, and I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody about to just let nobody just live off them or ride my coattail without putting no work in. You put the work in until it works out. So yeah, prayers for Dawn, but some of this is giving lack of accountability and bad decisions. Let me know what you think about this video down below. I appreciate y'all. Let's hopefully this video make it though, because I might get copyrighted and they might take it down. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this video down below, man, and we'll be right on back. Deuce.